Welcome back to another episode of the Lad and Dad Show.
Shut up. Again?
Yeah, I'll do it again.
We're here again.
Yeah, we are. Just like last week. Just again. Welcome back to another episode of the Lad and Dad Show.
What did you do that clappy thing for?
No, because I'm on my flow. No.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah,
I thought,
no,
okay,
because it's so I know when I'm editing it.
Right,
Shut up. Welcome back to another episode of the Lad and Dad Show, and just a quick one to start off. Last week we said, would Thomas Frank be at Spurs after the 7 games? He didn't last one.
Yeah, it went a little bit quicker
Yeah,
than what we both expected. I know we looked at the fixtures for Spurs.
They lost against Newcastle.
And then, one and out, and that was it.
I feel bad for him. I do
like
feel
Thomas
bad
Frank.
for him. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he hasn't helped with the amount of injuries he's had. Because at the start of the season, Spurs were playing quite well. We said, we're a bit surprised at how quickly he's got that team clicking. But then it just sort of fell away with the injuries. I mean, I think first major injury was James Maddison. Yeah.
And now if you're losing James Maddison, that's a huge, huge blow.
Yeah.
Unbelievable player. It's just one of those things. Sometimes you just don't get the rub of the green, and if it wasn't really his squad, was it? I mean, they didn't really do anything in the transfer window.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That he was there, despite the fact that having a decimated team.
Can I just throw something quickly at you?
Oh, go on.
Just on this topic.
I'm good at catching.
So, it's happened with Thomas Frank with injuries, but it's also happened with a couple of managers like Ange Postecoglou. Do you think it's something to do with Spurs' training methods? What is causing all these injuries?
Was there a lot of injuries with Poch?
Yeah, there was a few injuries towards the end of his tenure at Spurs.
Not Pochettino.
Postecoglou, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot. That's sort of why.
But also I think Ange brought a lot of it on himself by
the high line.
Yeah, and it's the way we play, mate.
It's a good accent.
That's what I am, mate.
Yeah.
So I think he was willing to like die on his sword.
Yeah.
But I just don't. I think when you look at Postecoglou, he, for the amount of games that he won, for that, in his tenure as manager, he's not a very good Premier League manager. Yeah, he won a trophy.
But the run for the Europa League wasn't a hard run.
No, it wasn't. No, so it's kind of like dining out on that. But I mean, listen, everybody has injuries, don't they?
Yeah.
Pep's had injuries. United have had injuries.
Yeah.
I think everybody has injuries, but that's about building up a squad. Bottom line is, Frank's squad itself isn't deep enough, isn't good enough. Maybe the first 11 are a good set of players, but then beyond that. Yeah. So ultimately, he paid the price, and ultimately he wasn't getting the results, and I do feel sorry for him.
Now, a controversial topic: VAR. Should it stay or should it go?
Do you know what? I'm not a fan of VAR anyway, because for me, football is about emotions.
Yeah.
It's about an instant reaction. You score a goal, you go nuts on the pitch if you're a player, you go nuts in the stands if you're a fan, and all that has been stripped away.
Yeah, it's like the emotion, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's the emotion, because like when we've been to Man United games, it's like you score, but then whenever there's a VAR check, it just sort of kills the mood and the atmosphere.
But it's come to the point now where the first thing that players do are looking at the linesman, are looking at, do you know what I mean? They're waiting to see. And football, like I said, it's a game of emotions. That's why it's so big, because it plays on emotions. Whether you're up, whether you're down, happy, you're sad, it hooks you and it grabs you. And whilever emotions are there, that's where something you keep going back for it.
Yeah.
But I think when you start taking emotions out of it, then I do worry about anything, because it becomes a lot more colder, a lot more clinical, and then you probably atmospheres start dropping. Yeah. So I'm against VAR.
Yeah, but I think an argument to keep VAR is it's not a very good thing to be discussing anyway. But the standard of referees are just getting poorer and poorer because they're relying
more. Have you got any examples of that?
Yes.
Go on.
Aston Villa against Newcastle.
How bad was
that? Poor. So, to start off with, there was an offside what Tammy Abraham scored with. is about 2 feet offside. The linesman doesn't give it, so Aston Villa have scored. But then Kieran Trippier puts a ball in. It's a deliberate handball. You can see it. Everyone can see it. It's clearly inside the box. The referee gives it as a free kick.
Yeah.
Yes, Newcastle then go and score from that free kick, but it should have been a penalty.
Yeah.
So it just shows you the standard is getting poorer with that. But also, there's a really bad challenge from Luca Dean on, I'm not sure who it was, but it was like, it's ankle high, and you should give that as a red card because the ref's not that far away from it either.
Yeah.
So it's an argument to keep VAR, because if VAR isn't there to back up referees, there's going to be a lot more mistakes, which could cost teams titles.
So I think a big issue is, when you're saying VAR, it's there to back up referees.
Yeah.
Do you not think that a lot of referees are kind of like relying on the VAR? And that perhaps now they've got VAR, they're not as good as not as good at the job as what they should be, because they think, oh well, if I get it wrong, VAR will correct it.
It's sort of like a comfort blanket in a way.
Yeah, because then yesterday when VAR's not there, that ref was so bad. It's like, how are you that bad? I don't know. I just you're always going to get human error in anything you do, whatever job you do,
That's a good point. Yeah,
there's
we're
always
not
gonna
robots.
there's always going to be human error. But then the problem. So you've got VAR, but then it's still humans that are making the decision.
Yeah.
With the VAR.
So then would you then say VAR is not the problem? It's the inconsistency of it.
Perfect. Yeah, I think I would say definitely so.
Because you see so many times in games, no matter what competition it's, is where one week they'll get it right.
Yeah.
But then another week they'll get it blatantly wrong.
Yeah.
And it's just frustrating as fans, because like, I want to watch a game and not have to worry about VAR getting it wrong or VAR getting involved when there's no reason to.
So here's one for you. When when you're talking about a goal, if is it onside, is it offside? Do you know when you're having to take 3-4 minutes to decide whether his toenail or his stitching on his boot is a little bit further forward than the defender? It should be. I don't think it should be that minute a decision. I think if it's not obvious to you that it's offside, there's got to be a way.
So what would you say then? Would you say boot? Would you say body?
Foot. Yeah, body, foot. Because if my foot's behind you, but I'm leaning, or if I've got my arm out, if I'm just stood with my arm like that, and I'm classed as offside because my arm's out at that moment, my foot's still there. I think it should be just down to your foot.
Yeah.
But I also think that VAR should only get involved when it's that, when it is, ref's made an obvious error there, because
that's what VAR is for.
Is a foot, not when it comes down to fragments, tiny fragments. I think if it's down to that sort of fragments of for a decision, it should football's about scoring goals.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be choking off a goal. It should be it's as good as let it go.
So I agree with that. They should only get involved if it's a clear and obvious
How
error.
How long has VAR been involved in football
since
now?
2019-2020 season.
Right. So you as a kid, you don't really.
I think I started watching football properly about 2015-2016.
Right. So you ain't got much experience in what I have of that instant joy, instant reaction of a goal, of whether it's good or bad. You kind of like conditioned, because the bulk of your because obviously when you're younger watching
you don't
football,
understand it as much.
It's different to when you're getting older. So you, as you're emotionally being involved, you're always having to check yourself.
Yeah.
And wait and see if we can celebrate and go back. We'll watch games.
Yeah.
And United will score, and we're waiting for a second to see if anything happens with VAR, and then we're going nuts.
It's like
I think it's crap. I mean, that's the way that you've kind of like been brought up on it. I suppose it's not as bad, but it's sad because you've not grown up on that instant reaction that I did. And for me,
it's ruined it for the fans, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%.
For the next generation.
100%. So for me, VAR should be either out, or just for blatant obvious decisions. All right, let me pick on this. So with VAR, one of my things is, so it'll pick up on the minutest little thing, but then these blatant rugby
missing-
tackles
yeah.
and shirt pullings and
Yeah.
where you see a corner coming and defenders literally not looking at
Yeah,
ball,
they're just looking at the man and just
go
shove
straight
you.
for man
Yeah.
like NFL
Yeah,
defenders.
Yeah.
How does that not get
I
picked
know,
up?
but so my personal view on it is, for the offsides and for the goals, you have it like the World Cup was, where it's like that.
Why is
It's
it so
instant.
quick in the World Cup?
I
But
think-
yet we've had it over here. And
Yeah.
you're on about automated. aren't you?
Automated, yeah.
So why is it so much quicker in the World Cup than it is?
I think
now?
it was because, so I remember why they couldn't get it in last season for the Premier
Right.
League. Because of the chip in the Adidas ball, it's something completely to do with Adidas. But we have it over here now with automated, but it still wants human interference with it. So maybe it's VAR just wanting to get humans getting to interfere
So
with
you're on
it.
about the PGMOL.
Yeah, PGMOL.
But in the World Cup where it's so quick,
Yeah.
I thought that was really
Yeah,
good.
because then you still got the emotion with it.
So as soon as it's automated and it says on or off,
Yeah,
the decision made. But
Yeah.
are you saying that we have a human still deciding?
I think they have to look at it as well.
You see, that's rubbish. It should be as quick.
Yeah.
And if I don't get why it isn't, because Champions League's quick as well.
Yeah,
isn't it?
Champions
Really,
League is
really
quick. Yeah.
So I don't understand why we, as in the Premier League and in the UK, have to suffer, long drawn out decisions.
Yeah, and as well, I think get the consistency right with it, then it's okay.
But that's down
To humans.
the humans
Yeah.
that aren't good enough for the job, and it's they're probably having a cup of tea and a biscuit in the back, but I don't know.
I now believe that you have a question for me. What is that?
Oh yeah. So my question for you this week.
Go on.
I was thinking about this. So you've been in football now since
10 years?
Yeah. So you started playing for a team under sevens.
Yeah.
You're now in the under 15s. Last couple of years have been at Mansfield Town, signing in the academy system. So you went through the grassroots, went to the JPL, then the academy system.
Yeah.
Now, you didn't feel that Mansfield was the right fit for you.
Yeah.
So you got a release there.
Yeah.
And now you're about to start a trial at a big club.
Yeah.
A really exciting opportunity, which you've got an 8-week trial at, and we won't speak about who.
Yeah.
But it's a great opportunity.
Yeah.
My question to you as a young footballer.
Yeah.
A lot of young footballers out there have been in academy system, and when you start off, you think, oh, this is it. But if anything changes, whether it's enjoyment, whether it's you don't feel you're being developed, whether they don't fancy you, whether they release you, whether you get a release, that motivation and that drive and that belief. What does that? How does that look? When does it come to a point where you go, I don't know if football's for me, or I don't know if I want to do this, or I don't know if I'm good enough, or how does, as a football, because I know it from a boxing point of view, and I know how I did as a boxing coach when I'm coming through.
Yeah.
And, you want to get to the top, but you're right at the bottom. You're thinking, is it going to ever happen to me? But you have to grind every single day. How's your thought process through all this and beyond?
That's a good question. That is a good question.
I knew I'd put you on the spot with that one.
So, in a way, how does all of that affect how I view it in my discipline and motivation?
Yeah.
So I think motivation, I would always say discipline is more important.
Right. Okay.
So.
Have you nicked that off your dad?
Yeah. So I'll give an example. So some days in the morning, especially in winter, you wake up, set my alarm for 6:45. I wake up, look outside, it's pitch black. Sometimes I just really can't be bothered.
Yeah.
But then it's the discipline of where, right, I want to be a pro.
Yeah.
So I've got that goal, but then for me, I've got a lot of mini goals in between.
Right. Good.
So I want to tick them off to get to my main goal.
Right.
So then it's my discipline. No, I'm going to get up, going to go downstairs, do my mobility, go outside, do my session, come back in, cook my right food, eat the right things. So for me, discipline.
Yeah.
But also, I think a big factor is you go to school Monday to Friday, 6 hours, away from parents, away from people you like.
Yeah. He likes us. That's good. It's good to know.
Yeah. But you also get other people's opinions and other people's views.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of the time, this isn't for me, this is for other people. If other people are trying to get somewhere, then people who aren't them, like slag them off, make jokes, make fun about them, that could deteriorate them because I think, as I get up the ladder, it's only going to get worse. People's opinions, people what they think about it. But for me, it's like, block it out because I'm not going to let them stop me from where I'm going.
Love that.
Because I've got a goal in my life and I want to go and achieve that.
I love that.
So for me, that is the main factor. And whether it's grassroots, JPL or an academy, it's don't let someone above you put you in a box and let you play how they want you to play. Be yourself. So whether that means going out of a place to go to another or staying. Yeah. So it's like just be yourself.
I love that. That's good. I rate that.
Yeah.
I rate that. So basically what you're saying is you got to back yourself.
Yeah. Back yourself 100%.
If you know what you want to do, chase it hard and back yourself no matter what anybody else is saying.
And then I think as well, obviously, you're always making mistakes.
Yeah.
So I know it's cliche, but learn from your mistakes. But it is important to learn from your mistakes so that if you go to another place, you don't make the same ones.
Right, okay.
And you learn from them and then you think, right, I'm not going to do that again because that made me worse.
Okay, so now you said that. So what name me one thing that you feel as though you feel that you did that you shouldn't have done?
What I've done?
Yeah.
I'd say a big one is caring about what people think.
Right, okay.
So whether that's trying to impress someone, let them put them in their box.
Yeah.
Or just trying to like not make a mistake in a way.
Right, okay, that's good. So that's really good because there's a lot of kids out there that are in academy system that are very, very they feel as though they've got to please everybody else and it takes away what they're about.
I think, I don't know about you, but from my point of view, it's saying whether it's with your friends, trying to get new friends, whether it's in sport or whatever walk of life. Yeah. If somebody doesn't like you for who you are, don't change. Just be yourself.
Absolutely love that. Love that because that's how I've been, and how I changed from where I was the same as a kid at school, where you're trying to be liked. I used to want to be liked by everybody because I wasn't liked, and I didn't want to be one of those kids that go around to parties and get drunk and do this and go around have a cigarette ramp back of school and things like that. So I was kind of like, I wouldn't do that in order to get in with the cool kids. Yeah. And then getting into boxing myself, I didn't try and fit in with I once I knew what I've got to do in order to get to where I want to get to, then I'm very, very single-minded and I just chase really, really hard, regardless of what your peers are doing, what your friends are doing. You can't do that. So that's good that that's how you see it. But I think it's interesting for other kids that are in academy systems, because what can happen is you can get stripped away of what got you into the academy and what you loved about your play to fit a certain role that they might want you to put in. Yeah. Now, to do what you did, you telling me that I don't feel like I'm developing. Yeah. And for you to make a decision that for your development long term, we've always said, and he's always said, it doesn't matter, you don't want to be the best 14-year-old in the world. Yeah. It's what am I going to be like at 18, 19? And we've always said about that, well, you need that development for you in the way you play.
I think what a lot of people sort of see it as is whether it's parents or whether it's actual kids who are playing, they like sort of think, oh, well, it's sort of an ego thing. If I come out now, then what are people going to think about me? Like going to school, you got a job, blah, blah. Yeah. But it's like, you just got to put your ego to one side and think, what's actually best for me?
Love that. Absolutely love that. Yeah. Yeah, that's I can't fault you. Ultimately, you hear stories of other players.
Like, look at Eze. He got like rejected by about 5 clubs.
Yeah. And there is a stigma around that. I mean, you asked to leave, and we got released, and they were fantastic about it. Really good clubs, a really good really good setup. It's just that it wasn't right for your development and for you. And so some people say it's a gamble because once you're in a system, you might not, But we always said, even before we went to an academy, that being an academy wasn't the be all and end all. It was about the development.
And I think for a lot of kids who are playing grassroots, don't stress about getting into academy because it's not, like you said, it's not the be all and end all. You could go through a non-league system like a lot of people are doing now, where you're still working your way up the leagues. But also, just be patient with it. It'll come.
Yeah, as long as you're working on it.
Yeah, that's
But yeah, no, I just wanted to know. So going back to my original point though, at what point, and you might not have an answer for this because how your mindset is, but you see where a lot of kids they don't work out at one place, or they get rejected at another place, or they don't get back into the system straight away, and then they kind of like fall away. You've not done that. You've worked so hard, and you've got back your old flow and your attacking mindset and everything since you've left. In preparation for this trial. So, but some other kids, a lot of other kids, kind of like doubt themselves and then even pack up. So, at what point do you think you would get to? It'd have to take before you decided, I'm not going to make it. That's not me.
I can't actually give you an answer for that because this has always been how I've viewed it ever since I was little. Like, you'd get people like in primary school when people say, "Oh, what do you want to be when you're older?" I'd always say footballer. But then they say, "Oh, what would you do if it don't work out?" Then I go, I don't think about that because I put all my eggs in one basket, and then if it doesn't work out, I figure out when I get there. But I'm gonna do everything in my power to make it work.
See, that's that. I love that, and that's what we do in boxing. Every kid that's out there is sacrificing, doing everything in order to make it as a professional boxer. Not everybody makes it to the top, but everybody's sacrificing. If you want to make it in any sport or anything where it's extraordinary, and when I mean extraordinary, I mean that where it's not ordinary. What ordinary people do, it's not ordinary where it's that popular people are doing it. Everybody's doing it. To be a sportsman is different. You're taking yourself out of the majority. You have to be single-minded. Now, what I will say is that what you're very good at is, I know mentally focused and everything. You're chasing the dream, same as what I did, but you're also very good academically, and your school and everything like that. It's like you're on top form there as well. So it's not like you're tossing everything else off. The thing that I put that down to is, when you mentioned discipline before, that's because you're disciplined in every part of your life. And I feel as a coach of boxers, the more disciplined you are in the majority of your life, the many parts of your life, the structure, discipline becomes natural to you.
So would you say as a coach at a top level, the most sort of if you keep, I don't know how to word it, if you're disciplined in everything you do, you've got more of a chance of reaching the top.
Because you don't have to think about the discipline. It's just you. It's like I'm disciplined in. So people say, I'm 50 years old and I train like I'm 20.
Yeah, you do.
And I eat clean and I don't let myself get out of shape. I don't see that as discipline. It is discipline, but because I've constantly done it and because I'm that,
it's part of you.
It's me.
Yeah.
So it's an inbuilt discipline system.
Yeah.
And I feel that you've got that because in everything you do, you take up golf. Everything's when you're thinking about golf, everything's golf.
Yeah.
You're doing it with tennis. You're doing it with your darts.
Yeah.
You do it at school with all your subjects. You do it in football. Whatever you take your mind to in that moment, right? That's it. And that's how you are.
Yeah. And
because football is the overall umbrella, the discipline that goes into everything else, but also goes into taking care of your body, taking care of your recovery, all that side of things as well. I just think that's inbuilt into you, and that's a huge leg up, and that's a huge advantage that I feel that you've got, because you've also got the resilience as well, where when things are tough, you just carry on going, and that's what you need in order to succeed, whether it's football or anything in life, you need to have that resilience. But I just wanted to ask you that because I thought that drag a little bit of your character out for people to hear.
It was a good question. It was a really good question.
Thanks for answering it.
No problem. Thank you guys for watching on YouTube and listening on Spotify. And if you are only listening on Spotify, make sure to go check out our YouTube channel because there will be some little bite-sized clips coming out very soon.
Really? Is that what you're on now?
Yeah.
See, I haven't got a clue. I just see it. He'll say, "Oh, I've looked at this video I've put up. I've looked at this video." So I haven't got a clue what it does. He does it all himself. So that's another thing that
check up.
I'm just kind of like your guy that sits next to you and somebody for you to just to bounce off really. Aren't I?
You're not a bad guy. Sit next to.
Oh, cool. That's all right then.
Catch you in the next one. Very good. Good question, by the way. Very good question.
Oh, you answered really well.
Yeah, so did I, to be fair.
Really well. Good. I think that's good for the kids out there.
Yeah.